that time in the airport I read. The brothers gave me the fear, the premise of death. The work of my life without fear.
I live for
Master.
Clay Paris, who make you again Sktv venue. C'est ma chenille, tina ke ase ma jamu. Engi sano muni, emu aye yo. Engi lofa mui, emu aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the thing, and I don't get it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lopa and grand bazaar.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out part of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to serve. The session that time and the efforts are rare. The broadcast we giving are real and the premise my best. The work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombay, Cape Mount, Monserrat, San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed, Sktv, it is the best in Liberia. Sktv, it is the best in Africa. And Sktv, it is the best around the world, right? Indeed, and for that fact, we are the best. Because why? Other people copy us, and other people do a lot of things. And in fact, other people follow all of our news and so forth, and they take some of the information that we bring out there to you. They carry out there and also make out of talk shows, right? So that tells you that in fact we are doing great, even though some of you who are who feel that you born here or die. Look, look, when you born here or die here, it can be different though. Nothing people will tell you that will go into you because you born here or die here. That means your entire life is just about poverty. And anytime somebody behave that way, just tell them you born here, you die here. So you don't care about life. So there are people out there who are quote unquote born here, die here people. So anything we say, they say like, oh, we are against. That's the term some of us. You people are against the government that born here, die here people. They believe in poverty. But for some of us who feel that we look, in fact we were born in poverty. We grew up in poverty, we struggle in poverty, and we are still into poverty. We want to fight high to get rid of poverty in this country. So we'll do everything. So don't mind them. They will get angry. Some of them, in fact, they now start to create fake account in my name. You can imagine though. Look, their life interesting. I like their life. Yeah, we do. Good evening, folks. Good evening to all of you. Today is Thursday, the 27th of March. And for a matter of fact, the month of March is really moving with speed. I'm so happy that, when the months moving a day, that means your birthday is around the corner. So there's some of us who were born in May. Our birthday right around the corner. So for me, I'm happy. They created fake account. Some of you who have my contact, who know that you myself we can chat. Look, don't feel tell God thank you for. I reach out to anybody that say hi to me. That's just the fact. Even if you call me on my number, I will answer you and listen to you. So people were creating fake accounts, saying all kinds of things. Oh, maybe say Abraham God said we die. Oh, they put it up. It's all into chat rooms. Can you imagine? No, can you imagine? Yeah, they got to a lot of people. So people, let's move. Who be this? Ali Asha Donso. And the good evening. Tavias Bachu. Good evening. Also Elizabeth Bowen. Yeah, man. Good evening to you and Sivas. Good evening, Betty Stewart. Good evening. Yes, indeed. Bizina Monk also there. James David. Good evening to all of you. Yeah, man. The people they join here, the born here, die people. Anytime you see them protecting these politicians, they are born here, die here. Born here and die. That means they believe in poverty. Their whole entire life is just about poverty. See them struggling today, some of them protesting. But anyway, let's try to show people. Today is Thursday. Look, today will be hot. With they already start with some of us. So moving forward, they have all of their networks. Some of them they say they did and that. We don't care anymore. We will talk. We will say the truth. We will talk about all these things. You like just remove me bon. I don't want to know. By the way, my brother is here, Mark. Mark, good evening, my dear. I know it's afternoon time for your end.
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock past now. What's going on?
Well, my dear brother, I'm doing great. Thank God for life. It's just that there are a lot of truly national issues, ranging from jobs. There's some of the video you're sending me back to back. It's not very easy. Our people.
Yeah.
But again, thank God for life. And how you end and how the little man.
Man, my little man's doing great. They're on spring break, now going back to class on the Monday. And other than that, nothing. We got things going to be alive. At least to get the strength to come on Sktv to do what we do every day. That alone. It's okay for us. We are not complaining, you know. We are just
And that's
monitoring the
the thing.
situation in the country. You know, it's a good thing sometimes when you make a decision and you just sit back and you see things unfolding and you can be like, you know what? Thank God I was on the right side. I may not be the winner in the short term, but in the long term, at least my action has been validated. So that's a good
So
thing. It
that
can
means
be
more.
so enjoyable.
Yeah. So that means the court is saying, or in fact, so that means we some of us we are also on the side of the court or the Supreme Court when they're saying that, and not because you 1,000 or maybe you put a 1,000 group of people, that means you put are right.
Oh no, the majority is not always right in most
Wonderful.
situations. But the one thing that I know, you see, I listened to the Supreme Court Chief Justice yesterday. She made some statements that I believe that were a little bit contradicting, but maybe people will interpret it different. She was like, it's not about being the majority. But the one thing that I know in any parliamentary procedure is all about majority. That's why they came with that word majority carry the rule. I'm not saying the majority in that case is right. I'm just saying anything politics is majority rule. Whether it was the speaker's election, whether it's the presidential election, even on the Supreme Court. That's the reason on Supreme Court the numbers are odd number because the framework of the law believe that at certain point in time, maybe there might be tie on issue and they will have opposing view. The reason you have an the odd number is there as a tiebreaker. That's why in the US you got 9, in Liberia you got 5. So if two got, and even when the Supreme Court making a decision, they still call it a majority and the minority decision. They got to interpret those two different decisions because we all know that when the Supreme Court come out with a ruling, it's still considered an opinion. And when people have opinion, then there is a possibility there could be a tiebreaker. And when you have a tiebreaker, then it means that those two opposing views, someone must come out on top. So when it comes to anything, whether in the corporate ballroom, they still go by majority rule. Majority carries the day. So I didn't understand that part. Maybe she meant something different, but I didn't go with that other aspect because yeah, the irony, Bill, just before we go to the other topic, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If if you're telling me that the majority is insignificant, the reason the speaker cannot do government's work because he doesn't have the number to call for a quorum or to get that legitimacy to do the government or the people's business. So you are telling me that majority means nothing in politics, but the minority is counting on the support of few members to make them another majority so they can be able to do this people work. That's a contradiction right there. So for me, I'm not buying that. I know when you go to election, it's about majority. Even when you pass in resolution on the House floor, it's still go by majority. Everything in politics is about number in the parliamentary procedure. That's all I know. That's why when you go to the constitution, to remove even the president, they say you become out two-thirds. They always giving you numbers because at the end of the day, the majority will be the one to carry the day. But like that, I mean, we can't argue about that. The law, the people can say the law is the law, right? We are not
Yeah,
the one
today,
standing
Mark, the
responsibility
law
of
is the law.
interpreting the
So people,
constitution.
please, please share the show. Today will be hot. Those of you who are rescuers, just look, you buy your batteries and so on, and monitor the show today because so many things that we'll be talking about, ranging from the job creation, other people who feel that in fact they make the government and they are being neglected, and all of these things today. That's what we'll be looking at. And Mark already have his style thing set up, but Mark, I'll try to find this video where I think by that time my deacon Joseph Yima Buakai, when he Grand Bassa County, he make this statement that yeah, I think he was asking the people. So I'm trying to find the video of coming a little bit. He was in fact he was asking the people how many days for now on.
Keep counting your day to salvation. Salvation comes near.
See what's the monk?
So, you know,
we found ourselves in. So I'm looking for the video quickly to play that video for all of us as people. But Mark, what say you? What some of the 20 national issues while trying to set up on that video? What say you? What going on from your end?
well, I didn't follow a lot of stuff today except for random video that were popping on the internet. I think some people went to the home of the president complaining about job. I think they were security personnel. Some of them claiming they've been with with the president since 2017, and they were abandoned. That I saw that video, and another news that came up between I know the from the Ministry of Information, Culture, and Tourism, someone describing the former president having the brain of a mosquito or something. I didn't go in details, but I saw some news flash concerning that, like what's going on here. I mean, I don't believe in poor choice of war. I mean, you can describe the situation, but at least you have to respect the former president, the office of the president. I mean, you can play politics, but then there is one thing when you're making such an outrageous comparison. I don't know. That's an insult. I will not stand for that either. But I mean, so many things going on, but those two, yeah, I saw. I
Yeah,
didn't do that
great,
much about
Mark.
research.
Great. Let me add up to you myself. I saw that. I think that the deputy information minister, either Daniel Sano, yes, indeed, Daniel Sano, according to that video that some of us that we still have in our possession, that in fact he described the former president in a form and manner. But like you just stated, Mark, sometimes I now begin to wonder why sometimes government officials or even presidents now want to give job to young people. For me, I think these are some of the reasons. Because sometimes the way we proceed, I'm disappointed. Let me be frank, 100%, no matter what, how you want to term it. But to describe people in a form and manner, just because you are into positions, so you want to insult. No, then why some of you, why you have problem with sometimes the way some of our panelists here can talk? All of the rescuers today, I haven't seen any of them condemning that statement. I haven't seen any of them even or talking about that video and even maybe making an suggestion or recommendation to the president for the president to also dismiss the deputy information minister, because these kind of statements are not just necessary, Monk, that you are saying. Because if you come out and describe a former president or government official in a form and manner, we can disagree. That's the point. We can disagree to agree. But you can't come out on a national duty where people are listening to you. You are now talking about national issues. But, I think, Monk, we are still getting things wrong. The office of the Deputy Information Minister, I don't think it's just about being combative. I don't think it's just about being, or maybe that kind of arrogance, or maybe to just insult. No, I think that office is just about explanation, things happening out there. Like, for example, there are some things that sometimes the media will come out with, or maybe they will say, you there, it is your full right to explain to the Liberian people as to, okay, we listen. Like what the information minister did or sometime ago, that sometimes people will recommend that they shouldn't follow SKTV this and SKTV that. And he said, no. Everything SKTV been saying, they are not feeling that is wrong or maybe they're insulting us or something. No. So they are also saying to us that we should be able to do the best. But then again, to have a deputy minister coming up publicly insulting a former president in the name of politics, and up to now he stay in his position, then that don't speak volume as to how the people want to take the country, that in fact they don't even care about the chaos. Because Monk, if you follow the Chief Justice said that in fact they need more security. So tell me, Monk, so if the Chief Justice need more security, or the associate justices, when they need more security, then what happened to us?
You'll be installing your own CCTV. Okay.
Seriously, Monk. And that's just
the thing, remember, there will always be time for politics. Some people believe that they got to scream, they got to be yelling, they got to use derogatory comment to feel important or to be heard. Let me tell you something, my brother. You got 2 ears in a single mouth. Sometimes words are very powerful, and you need to calibrate your words, especially when you're speaking in the public square. Sometimes when you don't have something to say, don't say anything at all. Just listening. You learn a lot from listening than speaking, right? That's why when you're talking, you got to break. You got to take a break. The reason you are taking your break, you want to carefully watch your words and maybe watch the audience, their responses. Look, you can play politics all you want. And I watched the video, right? He was trying to make a comparison with the past administration, and because in Liberia, everything is between CDC and Unity Party. That's how they want to make it seem like. And he was talking about harmonization and who cut government employee salary. Okay, that's a great point. But the idea to say, okay, maybe the president himself forgot, the former president forgot that he was the one that came up with harmonization to reduce government salary. Okay, that politics. Everybody want to shift blame. Maybe he don't want to take the credit. But to say that the president have the attention span of a mosquito, hell no, bro. That's over the top. That is unacceptable. I keep telling folks, you can have your disagreement with President Weah on politics, but President Weah is just not an ordinary Liberian, both politically, even on the international scene, domestically. You got to know how to address him. You can call him out on some of the things that happen on his watch politically, but the whole idea of using derogatory comments or foul language, no, it should be unacceptable. That one, I don't think any meaningful Liberian would stand for that. I, for one, would never accept that. But that's me. I don't know about other people.
So that's the fact. I think you just knew it, and I feel Liberians, those of you who are also advocates, we have people monitoring us, fact checkers, all the people. These are things some of you got to come up with and be condemning, because if you are siding with other group of people, like I think quite recently we saw a post from Nimod, and it says 64%, and there are mixed reactions to that about government going 64% of their this and that, and people and the citizens criticize that and enough. But when we come here again on the radio, they get angry and say we're not saying the truth. So which one is the truth? The truth is the people. The people, they are the truth, because they know exactly what they are going through. They know exactly what affects them. So when we come here, we will be informing you that what you say or what you are saying, some of these things are not true, or some of these things are true. But when we come here, some of you get angry and feel that maybe we on political side, because your own is you already have side. So I think
that classical, they will always have a side.
They already have side. Most of the advocates, let me tell you, Monk, let me tell you today, in fact, let me say it on the radio. Most of the advocates, those religious people, all of them, they have side. Don't mind them. Don't mind them, Monk. They will come here, they will call you, they will explain, they will pretend, they will do this, but they have side. That's why I'm not moving anywhere. Because each and every one of them, they have side. Religious people are supposed to be independent. They have side. Then advocates, those who call themselves, quote unquote, advocates, human rights advocates, the other advocates, they all have side.
No, so let me tell you something. Maybe let me tell you something, right? It's not a bad thing. Human being by nature, we are biased, right? We take side on issue. The only problem for me, the only problem that I have with people is there are certain things. It's not about taking side. You need to separate. Even in the great United States, right? There are certain policy or legislation that no matter your representation in the House or in the Senate, it got to be a bipartisan. The reason they call it a bipartisan bill because it has nothing to do with Republican or it has nothing to do with Democrat. That one, they got other bills you can go and argue and play politics, but there are certain things, right? They are mandatory that, like things like immigration. Immigration in America is not about who got more lawmakers in the house. No, because they know when it comes to immigration, the whole country get impacted by immigration. So anything that considering immigration, right? They call them bipartisan legislation. You need to know when to separate the politics versus things that are in the interest of the entire country. And that's where the problem is. I don't have a problem when you call yourself a clergyman, when you want to pick a fight or you want to take a side. The thing is, when the interest of the country is at stake, that is when you don't pick a side, no matter who's in the fight. But that's where they fail to realize. That's the difference. But I don't have a problem when people take side in politics. Yeah, you can take a side. You got your own ideology. You got your own belief system. But when the country's interest is at stake, like the example we just gave, right? If you think I would want to be somewhere and somebody called Joseph Boaga or Mosquito Brain, even though I'm now a fan of Joseph Boaga, I won't stand for that. So the same standard to be applied to Georgia because if we set that kind of a precedent, then me, any other president will also get insulted, and I don't want that. So whether I'm for CDC or for Unity Party, there are certain things we just cannot tolerate. I mean, in any civilized society for that matter. That's just all I'm saying, baby. But that's it. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, well, thank you, Mark.
You the
Let
pilot.
me see our team. They stay setting up most of our team. Let me see what our cassette is set. Yes, in the cassette is Sumo from the radio format, 99.3 FM in Bon County. And better you are live on the SKTV show. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mabel, and good evening to Bong, good evening to the rest of the team members, and good evening to our followers, listeners in Liberia and outside Liberia.
Wonderful. Quickly, just give us the latest update so that we can go straight into our topic of discussion for today.
All right, thank you so much. Once again, thank you so much for bringing me on. Radio Former is proud to be associated with the SKTV show, and Radio Former is owned and operated by the Rufus and Roof 30 Foundation. For our aim, the latest we have here, a group of citizens under the banner concerned citizens of Former are calling on the Minister of Health and the Deputy Minister for Administration to, to not allow the representative for the family to manipulate the appointment of the Burmese hospital administrator. Remember, the previous administrator that was there have been transferred. We are getting unconfirmed information that there was some gameplay for that brother to be removed. So there have been existing vacancy there. So we are getting confirmed information that for the family is doing everything in his power to get somebody from his office as administrator at the Burmese hospital. This guy is serving as human resource officer in his office. He's also served as the president for the Full Gospel in Burmese. He also had the community radio station, Radio Burmese. So a lot of people are saying, why only this guy occupying all of the positions? So concerned citizens are calling on the health authority to not allow the representative to manipulate the appointment of that fellow to go as an administrator at the Burmese hospital. So far, so good. That's what we have on hand from our area here.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Kasari Sumo, for that brilliant update. So, Mark, let me go straight to our video. Let me see. Play the video. This is the happening, and this happened this morning at the home of the president, President Joseph Yimam Bwaka. Let me see our best to play the video. I will still look for the other one, at least so that we can be able to tell our people some of the campaign promises I
When you
been
see
made
your
by
protest
politicians.
this morning, citizens have gathered this morning. We have gotten the report that former security officers are protesting this morning. So this is Truth FM. This is
Well, we sincerely
closing argument.
apologize. All right, good. Yeah, go ahead. Let me
Et my
see.
name is Mayan Dito bien. My name is Mayan Dito bien. I'm here to bring you this large courage here. So as you can see, this is the evening here this morning. As you can see, this is the evening here this morning. Here at the residence of the president house here in rehab community. So as you can see, this is between the police and that of the former police officers here. So folks, this is what happening. This is what happening here this morning. This is what happening here this morning. So folks, share this live broadcast. This is what happened. So folks, so as you can see, this is what happened at the residence of the president house here. So folks, as you can see, the police are running after the protesters here. The police are running after the protesters. So let's see what's on the placard. Let's see what's on the placard this morning. So why exactly you guys are here this morning for?
My brother, can I say 2030?
So folks, as you can see, this is what's written on the placard here. And this is what exactly written on the placard here. So whatever you are following us live from, this is the closing argument. My name is Mayan D. Tobin here. I'm at the president residence here in the rehab community where the police are chasing after the protesters here. So folks, wherever you are, the protesters have divided. We are trying to make our way to the president residence there. So folks,
Well, Mark, no need to waste all of our time and our energy. I think it's just clear now that our people, they had to protest for job.
Oh yeah.
Hello, that country interesting. That country. So that means more people are only pledging support to the politician job because of what they can get. And this thing
That's
happened.
right.
I see my friend say go Ganon, I don't know what male or female talking about all this. Say you don't even know me. Check people. Go behind, you will know me. But I know whether more. So some of these are things that our people pledge their support or their love for, that in the name of the politician coming to power to change their life or to give them job. Now today, more most of our people, in fact, there is a tale of fourth time that rescuers have been seen at the home of the president to protest. And not even opposition, and not even non-position, or people who maybe quote feel disenchanted,
Yeah.
or those people who stood tall in front of the previous government and said, no, you have to calm down, we will bring you down, and we have the person who can solve our problem, and this person is the deacon. Deacon Joseph Yeman Bwaka will solve our problem. Today, they are protesting in front of the deacon. What say you?
You know, it's the same thing we keep talking about is picking side, and just for the sake of picking side, people don't want to look at the interest of the country. Every time you go to an election, it's just an opportunity to make decisions about the future. That's what election is all about, right? And folks, even the people that claim to be educated, the vast majority of them, the reason they pick certain candidate is because they think that they can elevate themselves, or anybody who is much closer based on the sentiment on ground. It's all about the job. It's not about the country's future. Because if you are truly voting on the country's future, then you will start doing your merit base before you pick a candidate, right? But in the case of our country, look, let me tell you something, Mabel. I posted on my wall earlier today. The liberal problem is not political. Liberal problem is economical. Anywhere in the world, the vast majority of the folks that will cast the ballot, the economy and job are the primary issue they look at before they can even pick a candidate. Now you can call yourself a liberal or conservative or value voter. At the end of the day, jobs and the economy is what set the country apart, right? Maybe even your home, your family, they depend on you for job, right? Even the government, before the government can raise revenue in the form of taxes, if you cannot provide job, how can you raise tax or taxes? So job is everything. It's not just anything. Job is everything in politics. Now, if you understand the fact that a lot of people are unemployed and you don't see a better economic prosperity in terms of job, then it means you will know which candidate to vote for. Which candidate is better suited to bring about investment in the country? Because the last time I checked, government job are not permanent job. Matter of fact, it's not the responsibility of a government to provide job. The government set the condition, they lay the platform, they create the environment that leads to investment and job creation. So if you are only voting for a candidate because you have the expectation that when that person becomes president, you're going to get a job, then it means the country will be the one that will be getting affected all the time. The country will be the biggest loser because you are not looking about who can bring more jobs. I'm not interested in Cyrus getting a job in Liberia. The question is, which candidate is in the perfect position to create an opportunity that most Liberians will be able to elevate themselves out of poverty? That's where the question is. But in our country, no. Because I know Joseph Boga's nephew, or because I play soccer with we are, or because maybe when the person become president, might become the next finance minister because my proximity to him. That's how people vote. It's all about greed. That's why I keep saying, if we start thinking in the interest of the country, most of our decisions will change in Liberia. But the whole idea that is about personality, is about job. I can remember before the election, I asked a question. I said, if Joseph Boaga was a CEO of a company, or you wanted to open a business, I think I directed that question at the normally the Dillon. Do you think Darrell Dillon, if he was running a private firm or a business or some organization, you think he would have picked Joseph Boaga to run that organization? He will never do it in his lifetime. But why do you think he will make that decision politically? Because he knows he will benefit from that. So that's why they did. The educated or the non-educated or everybody, the same decision making is all about the personal interest. Because I know when you are thinking about national interest, certain candidate won't even be an option for you. Because you know at the end of the day, they won't be able to do what the country needs the most. But in Liberia, no, that's not how we vote, my brother. That's just the reality. So for the rescue children to be going to the home of the president talking about job, okay, let's just assume that the president felt sorry for you and gave you that job. What become of the millions of Liberians out there that are struggling for job? Have you asked yourself that question? So for you, it's just about you getting job. Once you get job, you think everything is okay. Even though the vast majority of the country is unemployed with no prosper or no economic opportunity available. But once you think that you get job, then that's it for Liberia. Liberia wins. Keep trying. Come back again to the Senate 2029. And let's see how far you will go. You will protest all you want. But maybe let me stop there.
Wonderful. Yes, indeed. But I can say, what say you in the midst of all of the holding and putting job business? Because mind you, do the job issue started within the Unity Party or the rescue government, and even though there are people who are non-politicians or will say they are non-positions, they haven't yet protest or they haven't yet come out to even demand or to even talk about job. But then we keep seeing the rescuers coming back to back, protesting back. In fact, today someone said they were also seeing today at the NASCO, right? Yes, indeed, that indeed they were seeing there, in fact, protesting also or going there for job, in demand of job, even apart from NASCO. I think they were once upon a time, sometime last week, or if not week before last, they were also seen at the Bureau of enterprise, or as you may call it, they were also sitting there, also protesting for job. So what say you, my brother Keseri?
Yeah, maybe. The first protest under this administration was staged by the chairman of the party at the home of the president. You know, Mount said something. Liberians, the manner in which we vote on the basis of we get job is bad. But again, politicians will come to or will go to the voters and give them promises. Only because they want their vote, they want their support. And tell me who in this war will reject such an verbal offer that would tell me when he or she will tell you support me when I win, I will give you this job, I will give you that job. The chairman, the Reverend, was the first person who went at the home of the president, and he carried along with him other supporters of the party, other partisans. All right. So for me, I will not blame the partisans. That was what they promised them. And if you promise somebody, you become obligated to the president. Because it is because of that promise, those people stood in the rain. Because of that promise, they stood in the sun. They went in the bushes. In fact, some of them even put their life on the line. Only because they have a hope that when we win, I will get either deputy minister position, I will get assistant minister position. So for me, I will speak to the both sides. The electors, they play their role. So why is the government refusing to play her own role? Why the rescue paper is refusing? Because that's an agreement. Yeah, it's a contract. It's a contract. It's a contract. Not everybody will be thinking or will have the interest of the country. Not everybody. Like Mom said, a candidate should come to you to tell you exactly what he or she will do to bring in investors. Because if you bring in investors and you have more confidence, you don't have to go to form a government job. But the poor, they will come to us and tell us, say, vote me, I will make you deputy minister, I will make you director. That's an agreement. So the electorate play their part. Ome Bwaga should play his part. Failure for him to play his part, obviously, the people stand against him. That's my take.
All right, good. So
Thank
let
you.
me see this video quickly. We got to play. We got the country interesting. Alala, bro. Please don't deport me, or those of you who are deporting people.
Are you there?
Hold on, my brother. I want to play this video.
Yeah, no, good.
Please.
What would discuss something to you? Understand?
Yeah.
I know you. You are Liberian. The head of Songa Lions. And I'm a family member for Joseph Nyuma Bwaka. And we are the head who provides security protection here for the old man since 2017 up to present. So, send the election, they put somebody ahead of us with Charles Johnson. He said Charles Johnson, the old man said Charles Johnson should take care of everybody. And you understand that? But since Charles Johnson has been given the opportunity, Charles Johnson is not doing nothing for the team. Charles Johnson went and take the people from a home, from a house, and employ them in a name of our team. And send it to Bashar University. And you create your own secret team. A secret team that they're the one he employing to the bureau play. And when he lied to the whole man, all of us working. They say everybody working. Every day, these guys come here on a daily basis. And you understand it?
Yeah.
So that the reason we didn't necessarily we bring the plan. We think to call the president attention that there is what happening. There is what happening. You can see on me? Ain't see?
Yeah.
Ain't see? Yeah. That the police officer did it. You see on us? You see my phone? As you can see, you see my phone? We got more to tell you what on the plan. And our plan.
Yeah.
We beg of you to work with us
to the place so we can give you the press release so you can carry live. So
my man,
international
you talk to the people.
We supported the old man. We protected him. We protected him. We were put us out of the present when there was no food. We don't eat. We still with hunger. They paid their way. They come here. There was no national security. There was no national security to protect him. And now he knows that we are not important. And now he knows police will think we stand there. We are not fighting. We will stand there to be our plan. Police are fucking us, telling us we will be able to go, damaging our property, damaging our body, as you can see. So we are in the head of the 2FM to come into this.
So how did you gather that police are chasing after you this morning?
We gather up peacefully. We stand up across the road at the residence of the president. Because it's our house. The opportunity given to us, every time we want to come there, we should come there until the owner can settle us. But since then, he hasn't do anything. Now they arrested one of our female. They arrested one of our female, and they tell the female is in their hand now. They're flogging the woman, but the woman not do anything. Peaceful standing. You understand that? So is that the way we live in the country? We don't want to go a radical move. We are peaceful people. We are security people. Majority of guys you see here, we are in national security. We don't talk. But if they start pushing out the war, we will retaliate. We will not lie to anybody.
Okay. So where are we going next from here?
We're getting to the point where we have our meeting, we have money to our house. So from then on, we got a prayer release for them.
Okay. So
well, there you have it. Indeed, that's the country. Some of you who always saying that we are this and that. Thank God, though. Monk, look, my brother, I don't even know how to even talk about these things. But indeed, I'm quite frustrated. I don't even know, but I'm disappointed. Even into some of our people who go. Can you imagine, Monk? Someone will be with you in your bad time, for example. Melbourne is here with Sktv. Let me just use the, with Musa Beda and so on, right? Then at the end of the day, when Musa Beda become president, and he say, okay, all of you, y'all go, we change we bring new people. Okay, even if you want to change us to bring new people. So even more, how you would just throw us out like that? Jesus.
So there is where political maturity comes in. That's why I keep telling folks, the older you get, right, the better it is you can tell that someone is trying to play games with you, right? When you know, it's a different thing when you're some 17 or 18-year-old. That's why when you are young, you make a lot of dumb decisions. The older you get, let me tell you something, Mabon. Politicians are already noted for not following up on their promises. They do things based on convenience, things that work to their advantage. They prey on people, they take advantage of you. That's just why it is. Campaign time, look. This thing is just like a gentleman contract. It's a verbal agreement. It's not something that is binding. You come and support me. Oh, my man, I will find you a job. My brother, yes, I will say that during the campaign season. The question is, will I be able to follow up on my promises after securing office? This is why we keep saying, every time we come on Sktv, we're talking about the country, we're arguing to make the case for the entire country. Because when you get a lot of investors coming to the country and businesses are opening, opportunities are there, maybe you don't have to chase a politician. But if you keep going with a quick fix, this fake promise that you will get something at the end of the day. Okay, here's the problem. In a country with limited opportunity, first of all, it means that you got more people chasing limited opportunity, right? Because too many jobs are not available. Now, the hierarchy of the party, the inside of the partisan that at the highest level, they will always be the one to benefit the most. That's why every time you bring a new government, few people become richer, the rest of you get poor. You get poorer, right? That's what we've been seeing from administration to administration, because not too many jobs are available, especially in a country where we don't have a strong public, or private sector, everything that government. How many jobs do you think that are available in the government that you will get something better? That's why we keep advocating for opening the economy, doing the right thing, bringing investment so that the more opportunity that will be available, the higher your chances of securing your job, even if it's not government job. But you want to talk about agreement, the promises. No, people can make promises, but making promises is not the same as following up on those promises. That's where the problem is. So when you're in a country where there are fewer opportunities and fewer jobs, and you only vote based on the idea that you alone as an individual can get a job, my brother, you just put yourself out of the job market. and you will keep doing that for a very, very long time. I can guarantee you that.
More quickly before I welcome Muna. Muna just joining us. Before I welcome Muna. So this follow-up question to you, Mark. In case in the maybe, for example, during your time, maybe as my leader, you promise and say maybe the people that are working for me or working with me, you keep your finger crossed that if you listen to the guy, you say that they slept hungry, there was no food, nothing for them to eat. They were there with all of the time, all of the disappointments, and so forth. You know, hunger is not something they can easily manage with, but they were able to hold their heart. You know, they can say, "Baby man, hold your heart." So they were able to hold their heart, just in maybe believing that indeed President Bouaka could become president by them. But now today is president. But Mark, I have this video where I saw our decom riding. It's not easy to, but now move quickly. What say you with all of these things that people will work for people, bear things with people, and at the end of the day, they will be the victim. And this thing, not just only these people who are protesting, but also up interior in the local villages or towns. We also see these things. The company will go there, the people will go there and lie to our people. At the end of the day, our people become victims after the people take all of the resources and so forth.
Mabon, let me ask you a question, right? Let me just say this to you. You talk about holding their heart. I mean, according to the guy, they've been holding their heart from 2017. If you can hold your heart from 2017 to 2025, and Joseph Boga is giving you a 6-year term, right? Term limit. I think we are getting the second year. Maybe there is a high probability that he must still find you a job. So if you can hold your heart from 2017 to 2025, then I know you are capable of holding your heart until at least 2029. Because here's the thing, maybe that's why I keep saying, don't fall for politician rhetoric all the time. Because you know that at a certain point in time they are just simply lying to you. You heard the president complain about the amount of people that go to his office versus the amount of people that go to his place of dwelling, his house, right? Melbourne, let me tell you something. I'm not trying to play quarterback for the president on this one. That job is so complicated and it's so very stressful. The possibility that Joseph Boaga will remember you because he promised you in Satan or on Bourgeois Island that he was going to give you a job. Do you think he's going to even remember you if you're not at the top of the top? Do you think he's going to remember you as an ordinary guy because he promised you on the campaign trail? Look, my brother, let me read. Those things are just normal phenomena. People will say things on the campaign trail, they will make promises. That's why we say, let's advocate for the rest of the country benefiting. Let's advocate for candidate that will help the economy. Let's advocate for more investment coming to the country. Because when these things happen, my brother, you don't have to kiss anybody behind to get a job. You know, it's just common sense. But if you are only voting on the idea that, Melbourne will get something, rather than pushing for the country to do better, my brother, then that's the game that you play and you got scared.
But more thank you. But I have most of our people here, Monk, that how they behave. Have you seen most of the lawyers? Have you seen most of the experts? Have you seen most of these educated people coming out sometimes to talk about things affecting the country? No, they won't come out because they feel that they need job. They want to get connected. They want to be part of the power that be. So by them coming up to speak against some of the ills, it will maybe likely affect their negotiations. So because of that, some of them they feel that okay, no need. That mean they just do the talking. They will get some of the news, call us, okay, you do the talking, and we sit at the back. And it's wrong. There where we found ourselves as people, that the religious people, the traditional people, they or maybe our educators, those people who are supposed to come out to speak out about the ills in society, they're not speaking out. They sit back because they're already connected. So again, Mark, by the way, let me welcome Muna. Muna, what's up? How everything?
Maybe I'm okay. I'm good. Everything is fine. Going on smoothly.
Thank you. Yes, even though you're joining us a little bit late, but it's good to be with us. We miss you a lot. And everything else, Zulu, Zulu Whiskey.
Yeah. Zulu Whiskey is relatively calm. Everything going on smoothly. Not too much.
Great.
Yeah. Good to be back. Yesterday we had some technical problems. And also yesterday the weather was very bad for us. And today again. But good to be back on the show.
I know by that, Father Amuna, I know you want to chip in on some of these discussions. We've been talking about the issue of jobs, protest, and so forth coming from the rescue government, the rescuers, those people who were seeing. I can still recall, I don't know how many of you can still remember, that was September 17, right? 2023. Monk,
Yep.
you can still remember
Yep.
that day, right?
Oh yeah.
Good. So I think some of them, their main aim and objective was to see a better Liberia, while some of them, their aim was to get a better job. Some of them better salaries and so forth. And someone would say the follow-up question I wanted to ask Mom was, um, politics reward or political reward is not in heaven, it's right here on earth. But I'm gonna go ahead.
Yeah, for me, no, I witnessed the clip where the partisans protested because they don't have job, that the president promised them job if he win. Why are they crying? Why are they protesting? That's what they voted for. They voted for what they get. So no need to come to protest. They just sit and wait. Maybe something will work out for them. Because anything you go for, that what you get. They voted for any party, and then they won. They in power. So they just wait. No need to cry around here. Because that when I was running, any put running campaign thing, they want the South things. They put a rescue, right? A rescue thing. When the president did a rescue thing to see how best he can, you know, get into power and thing, and it happened. So no need for anybody to go on the street protesting. They want job, they want that. That's what they voted for. That's what they get. So then they just wait to see if something will come up for the next. That's all I can say.
Great, thank you. Yeah, so Mark, follow-up question. I think that you listen to that question. Political reward is not in heaven. Monk, as
Oh
long
yeah,
as I support
political.
you, I stay in, or maybe I stay under the sun, the rain, people insult me. So I take all of the bullets for you. Monk, when you get the power, I got to benefit. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah.
My brother, political reward is not in heaven, but the question is, how do you define what political reward? That's the question. If you're going to narrow the game to yourself, then it's up to you. For some of us, we prefer making the 10 big, looking at what will happen based on the candidate's ability to deliver. Okay, I can be closer to a candidate. I could support a candidate with the expectation that at the end of the day, our Cyrus will get a job. But the question is, how many Cyruses are there out there throughout the country that will need a job? Right? So that's why I keep saying, if we keep narrowing this into the individual, then we will keep running into problems. If we keep looking at the country and making the best choices, then the country will do better. Because at the end of the day, we are all in the market for something. You want political reward, but what is your definition of political reward? Because I know if I'm going to put myself in a situation and say, oh, because I'm closer to Taiwan Gonglo, or because I know the Taiwan Gonglo, so I support him based on that, then I don't know how you define that as political reward. Because I know the one thing that I know, politicians will make promises, it's not restricted to, and I mean globally, worldwide, that's just where it is. Few of them will follow up on their promises. At the end of the day, the vast majority of their promises they won't follow up on. So it's up to you to take that risk, because there is a risk factor to everything you do in life. Our thing here is we want to take a bigger risk, because we know if we get a better candidate that can handle the pressing issue in the country in terms of the challenges, then everybody will do better. Not everybody, but at least the vast majority of people will do better. But you took the gamble because you want a job for yourself individually. So I'm not going to be here to come bash President Joseph Nima Boga because he didn't give you job individually. No, you took that risk. That's it. Some people will get job, and while you are complaining and protesting, there are other people that believe that the president follow up on his promises because they got job. That's why you cannot make this thing about individual, because while you are there crying, someone is just benefiting. The only difference is there are fewer people that are benefiting as opposed to the masses that are crying. That's where the problem is. So it's up to you to roll the dice. That's politics. You make your decision and you live by the consequences of the decision, good or bad. You take the credit or you blame yourself, right, Muna? That's all you can say, right? Not, I don't know if there's another theory to that, but I know that's the only theory. You take the risk and you live up to the choices that you make. Nobody's gonna
Yeah,
change
but
that.
that's it, mom. That's it right there.
And again, I say the president never followed up on the promises because there were people that are benefiting or that are benefiting from Joseph Bogart's administration. They got job. They voted for job and they got a job. You were just unfortunate. Even in the private sector, when you go to an interview, there is a higher probability of you not getting that job. So I won't say because few guys are protesting. Okay, yes, from the look of things, that's how it's supposed to be. When I make promises, I follow up, but it's not guaranteed. So either way, you are still taking a risk. Some people are benefiting from the rescue government. That generator makes more money than even the people that are living, the physical human being that are alive. So just because the president never gave you a job, no, it's on you, my brother. I'm not going to blame the president for that. That was a that was a chance that you took, and that gets the nature of the game. That's life. Life is not fair in itself, so I'm not going to play politics with that. Yeah, maybe. So I don't know. We'll be going for the news bulletin, or are they setting up, Muna? From what I'm seeing, I think Melbourne is setting up. Uh, but I say, you guys got anything to say in the next 3 minutes before we can transition, or
Mom,
Mark, I'm getting you. I'm getting, but again, Mark, thank you. So also into that, someone will say, maybe Mark, everything you're saying is true, but then I go back as to because there are people that also quote unquote invested. Maybe they're a little resources into some of the campaign activities, and sometimes there are other people too who also, to convince people, Mark, it's not small thing. So, okay, you will say, yeah, the people they choose to vote whosoever they want to vote for. Well, for me, I would simply say, yeah, on the radio that it is the right. For me, I'm not against people choosing
oh no
which
no no, is that right? No,
thank you.
for
Nobody
sure.
come here and tell us that no, we will not support that. It is a right. But then if it is a right, then at the end of the day, you decide to cry on your own right, then we will talk about that. That's what we are doing here. So we are not against you supporting
Yeah,
or yes, upon the time you are supporting the rescue or no. But Monk, so that go back. Okay, yeah, maybe do everything possible to get the government in power. Monk. So are you saying that maybe should bear it while other people are enjoying the enjoyment? I should bear it and relax. Now what you are saying or what?
maybe there is a probability to everything in life. Just because you supported a candidate and that candidate made some kind of agreement or the candidate made some promises, it's not still 100% guaranteed that because a politician make promises, he's going to follow up on those promises. Everything is about probability. That's why when you want to take a risk, right? When you want to take a risk, you got to do your calculation and make sure the odds are in your favor before you can take a risk. So for some of us, we say, okay, there are people, there are individuals that are closer to the government. You think for a guy like Mo Ali, right? Do you think he would call Joseph Baga a failure because he never got a job or because he got a job? No. Mo Ali knew that there was a higher probability that if Joseph Baga wins an election, he was going to get a job because he was on the top in the party. He won the closest. He got a close proximity to the president. Unlike some random security guy that Joseph Baga may promise or may have promised on the campaign trail. It's not guaranteed. So there is always an inherent risk. For us, we said no. We want to look at it from a bigger picture. Melbourne, if your car is broken, you go to a mechanic. You don't go to a dentist when you got a broken car. For some of us, we say no. If the problem in the country they are all economical, then we must look for a better candidate that will help to alleviate that problem. So it's not about how closer we are to that candidate or whether they will give us job individually. It's all about creating more opportunities so we can have a higher chance or higher chances of getting job. That's what it's all about. So you said it right. I think thanks for that disclaimer. The president maybe is up. uh, I'm still seeing myself in the back. Okay, here we go. Maybe you hear me? Or we offer news bulletin. Mona, you can get you hear me?
Yeah, I'm getting you, mom. But I don't know what happened.
All right. Then I think we're good.
I
I
think
think maybe is the one that's trying to set up. If you
yeah,
can hear me, then I think we're good.
yeah.
Guys, can you just give us a thumbs up if you're hearing us, please? So at least we can continue the discussion on the maybe is all set up. Just a thumbs up or like button. Hit it, please. So at least we know that we have been heard. I don't think they are hearing us because I'm yet to see us single thumbs up like button anyway.
It's okay. They are getting us. Yeah.
What are you getting? Oh, all right.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, Mona, go ahead. If you got something to say, I don't know, but that's my take on this whole issue of job. I
No,
can't
but
say more than that.
I just a monk. Nothing much. I just when you plant pepper, you will get pepper. You can't plant pepper, you harvest without. It's not possible. What the people wanted, that's what they got. So no need to be crying around here, mom.
Mm.
Yeah, no need to be crying. They are a rescue mission. So no need to be crying. Yeah, they are a rescue mission. Why you voted for? That why you got. So no need to be crying around here. To say they're going cry for job, going to the president place and thing. No. When they were on it yesterday, they didn't think
Hmm.
about today. What's gonna happen? But the rescue. That they rescue in and so no need to be crying around here. They're just bad. Don't they rescue children? All of them. Then they stop. They plant pepper, they got pepper. Mm-hmm. They didn't plant pepper, they visit that, but no. That is the same thing they got from there. So then they stop.
I know.
Yeah.
And the one thing about the whole job being with the continuous protest and Melbourne myself always talk about you on the show, even sometimes when Sekou, yeah, I said this continuous protest that always happening in Liberia. Matter of fact, you're even making it tough for people to bring money to that country to say they want to invest. I'm talking about real investors. Because anywhere where there's political instability, you can get better job outcome. Because people must come to your country, they must feel safe, they must believe that the country is good for investment. They got to come and make some down payment before you can create jobs. So if you see a country where every single day people are just in the street randomly in the name of protest, that's something not great. Matter of fact, you're even making the country less attractive for investment. And when you cannot have investment, then you cannot have job creation. So, and when you don't have jobs, what happened? Everything is broken down. So I will keep saying it again. The problem in Liberia is not political, it's mostly economical. Let me tell you something, even in the great United States. Mona, it's a statistical fact that any community where there are less employment opportunity, crime rate always increase. I learned that right in this country. So I know how important job is. The government itself won't even be able to function without job because government must collect taxes in the form of revenue. And the only way you can collect taxes is when you can give people job. And when people have a job, they don't have problem paying taxes because they know they must pay taxes. But at the end of the day, everything comes down to job. Even your own family. If you cannot bring food on the table, your own family is being threatened. So for me, job is not anything. Job is just everything. And until we can change that mindset that I must get something individually, then we'll keep making the wrong choices. Mr. Colley, hi. Welcome to the
Yeah,
show. Let me
Mom.
stop there. Yes, sir.
Mom, how you doing?
What's going on in the Republic of Nima County? Like all eyes on Nima County. Like you want to give us an
Yeah,
update,
Mom.
please, man?
Indeed, all eyes are on Nimba County, like you said. That's so true because of the elections just around the corner. Nimba is doing very well where I am. I'm in Sktv-Lib. I've been following the happenings across Nimba County. Yes, I can simply say that everybody is in high gear for the upcoming senatorial by-elections. Engagements are ongoing. All of the candidates of aspirants are now engaging. You know, that's another form of pre-campaigning, but I will tell you is engagement. Granted, So yesterday, there was an endorsement, somebody would say a boost to the campaign activities or the election activities of Samuel Koga, the government preferred candidate. He got endorsement from somebody who one would say is not surprising, this endorsement, but it came from Yan Twine, the lone senator. Yan Twine finally endorsed Samuel Koga yesterday. You remember, Yan Twine was one of the first persons to talk about why Samuel Koga now, but his defense was tribal, that it was time to balance the tribal, divide in the county, the tribal politics. So people lash at him for that. That as educated as he is, he should be talking about competence and what somebody will bring to the table instead of pushing tribal lines. So yesterday he endorsed Samuel Koga. So that is now clear. It did not come as a surprise. He was one person. He's from the Mano tribe, and he got elected following the election of the then senator, who is now the vice president of the Republic of Liberia, Kun, to the vice presidency. So that because he filled that gap. But now he's telling the people not to vote for any, minor candidate, anybody who is from the Mano tribe, because for now he wants to see a tribal balance. So that's just that. Also yesterday, Honorable Mark Bliwon too got endorsement from some young people here in Sktv-Lib. They are from the intellectual class of District Number 7. They are young people who said they believe in Mark. They've been observing Mark over the years, and they think that Mark can bring the difference that is so desired now in Nimba County, bridging the gap between the young and the old people, being able to unite the people, and so forth. So they too, declare support for Mark Bliwon yesterday. So that's exactly what is happening now in Nimba County. It's all about the elections activities. You know that the registration, not the registration, but replacement of voter cards ended on the 25th. Not many people are even aware that the time has elapsed, it has expired. People are still calling me as I speak. People are still calling me to find out how they can go about the process to replace their card. When will they replace their card? How the replacement will be done, and all of these. You don't blame them because there was no information given to the people. When I spoke yesterday to the magistrate of the lower magistrate, electoral magistrate of Nimba, Santos Lapo, on the preparation for the elections and why is it that the National Elections Commission is doing very little to inform the people about elections. He was emphatic. He told me that they have not launched the civic voter education for the senatorial elections. Can you imagine? Election is just on the 22nd of next month, and up to now, it's less than a month. Up to now, no civic voter registration. According to him, he confirmed to me yesterday that the process, the civic voter education process, is going to start tomorrow. So the Elections Commission will tomorrow, Friday, officially launch the civic voter education exercise for the upcoming senatorial by-election. That's why many of the people here are not even aware of the timeline, for the replacement of the voter card, which is very, very crucial. So many people who have not been able to replace their voter cards will not be part of the process. And that is serious concern because they were very informed about the timeline, the procedure and processes leading to the replacement of voter cards. So those are the basic concerns. And then lately, this morning, we all woke up to this social media report of one of the aspirants not being, not having a valid voter registration card. That means he is not even going to vote for himself. Talk about encouraging people to vote for him. And that person is Profeki Opa Yezian. He doesn't have a voter card. So how is he going to go about encouraging people to vote for him when he can't even vote for himself? Another point that came out again is that during the filling of the form that was given to them by the Elections Commission, this residency thing came up, and it is alleged that Mr. Yazian, who is also known as Profeki, falsely informed the National Elections Commission that he has been resident in Nimba County for the past 2 years now. Among you and I know, Profeki was behind the cell phone and all throughout, even he wasn't here for the elections. And the people that are voting in this by-election are people who register and participated in the 2023 elections. There is no new, registration for voter cards and so forth. You must have had a card during the 2023 elections. If it is missing, then they replace it. If not, you can't be a part of this process. We all know Prophet Key was not here. How can you say he lived in this country for 2 years now? So people are trying to also fact check. And on that basis, some are saying if it is proven that he falsely informed the National Elections Commission, he should be banned from participating in the process because that's perjury. Mind you now, the form that they can fill in at the Elections Commission has an
oath.
Yes, at the bottom of it, that the declarations you're making are, factual and to the best of your knowledge, so help you God. So if anything contrary to that, I mean you deceive the commission.
Yeah, the Elections Commission.
Yeah, it should be fact checked. And if it is proven that he deceived the commission, he should be banned from the process. So that's where we are right now in Niba County.
But let me come in a little bit, right?
So, Mon, can you hear me?
Go ahead. Okay, I didn't know. I thought you were staying in the back, but go ahead.
No. I was just waiting and enjoying what my brother was saying. So, Mr. Scully, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, Sego. Well, I'm happy to see you, even though you're behind the screen.
I know. Yeah. I've been busy, my man. I'm under the cold, man. I'm under the weather right now. I know you can tell from my voice. So, I saw something. Somebody sent me a video of Spoon Network in Complet. They said they were going to go to other cities, but in Complet, I think they interviewed about 60 people, a little bit over 60 people. About 27 of them said they were going to vote for Koga. About 20 of them said Garrison Yelu. And almost 15 or more said that they were not going to vote, giving different reasons. But it was kind of alarming and concerning to me. I did not hear the Edith Conglo or Mark Bluen. But because it was a Complet, I don't know how it's going to look like in other part of Nimba County, but that was alarming. So can you speak to that? What do you think could be the reason for that?
Again, from Edith, it's not surprising. Like I said earlier on, it's sad, but elections here, especially in this county, can be more tribal than issue-based. The region you're talking about is predominantly the down belt. That's where the down people are predominantly based. So and like I said, looking at this tribal, sentiment that can engulf the whole process, one would not expect that either way, galvanize forces or garner votes in that part of the region of the county. But for Mark Bluen, it's a little bit surprising that in that area, according to what you saw, I haven't seen it, that he was not mentioned. But for Edith, from day one, Edith has not been, popular in that belt. She can get votes there, but everybody know, especially in Niba politics, that's not Edith. Edith got 16 counties. No matter what you do, you can set it no matter what you do.
Maybe 1, 2, or then, but I didn't hear that because I started watching them late. And the number that they gave, I'm pretty sure it was not only 2 people, but some of the people, some of the voters, they don't even know the candidate. There are no voter, there are no voter education, no information. And I think Mark Bluen and other political parties, the CMC and other candidates from different political parties, I think my line is bad.
Yeah, but we're hearing you though.
Yeah, I think my line is bad.
Yes,
So
yes. Mr. Kana, I think they have to go for a break. Yes, indeed, Mr. Cannon line is very terrible, even though we're getting. But anyway, Cyprian, let me say that again. Good evening. I will follow you behind the same, and that's just so magnificent. Thank you for all of the latest updates, even though we were on news break when you were giving the updates. So that means most of us, that were following also were not really getting. That means some people were not getting some of the updates. But that's great. I was following. I don't know whether maybe you just want to use 1 minute.
Member, can you hear me now?
Yes, I'm getting you,
Yes, we can
Mr.
hear
Kane.
you.
Yeah, I was having some trouble with my. People when I use my phone, when work I use my phone. People call me, then like my line can be really bad, very terrible. So what I was saying is that I didn't follow that network from the start. Somebody sent it to me. By the time I follow it, the information they gave, they were actually debating Campley, and they wouldn't call the two names. So I don't know how many people actually called the other people name, but they never even mentioned the other people that I listened to. None of them mentioned Edith or Mike. But some of the voters too, they didn't even know the names. Even the person that they say going to vote for us, say, oh, I forgot the menu. And there's one of them say they want to sell their vote. And some of them even say that they're not voting. Almost 15 people said they're not voting because of the fact that they said the people, lying to them. So I think there are a lot of vote out there, to be grabbed, and there are a lot of, turn off because of the way politicians behave in Liberia. So I think it's going to be a low turnout election, that which is normal on a by-election, but I think this could be different, even worse in terms of turnout. Yeah, but I'll keep following. If I need to come in to say something, I will definitely, signal you guys. Thank
Great.
you
Yes,
very
I
Thank
much.
was
you.
just, I was just,
Yes.
I was just coming in when Sekou Sekou actually read my mind because I made a post about that. I followed the entire survey from the beginning to the end, right? And the two things that I noticed, apart from the two candidates, the people who are turned up that don't want to participate because they believe that nothing is going to change, and the whole issue about their voter card. A lot of people don't even know the candidate they are even voting for. I'm like, what? They're the second largest country in the entire country, and the vast majority of you folks are telling us that you don't even know the deadline, you don't know the candidate up to now. And the fact is, the same thing that happened in this one presidential election. The people now in Liberia that have just decided to stay out of politics, I think it poses the biggest risk and challenge to our democracy because they alone could literally determine the outcome of an election. So the idea that nothing is in it for me and I don't want to be part of it, man, I don't know how we are going to change that, but it's kind of alarming because that's what I posted on my wall. I said the random man survey from Spoon Network is more than alarming. So it's like Sekou just took everything that I wanted to say because that was my concern. The issue of less participation, the voters' card, and people not even knowing the candidate. And women, of all people, I'm talking about women though, not one or two. Talking about we might as well say our vote because we know nothing will come out of it. I was like, wow, we got on a steep mountain to climb in politics in Liberia. That was my observation, but I follow it from the
So,
beginning to
so,
the end.
so, so to that more quickly before Cyprian come up, let me just say that 2005, I think Cyprian can still recall. I think 2005 Liberian voter, should I say free of charge? Cyprian can still bear witness. By that time, they were a little bit blind. 2011, the same thing happened. Some people use some cosmetics system. They brought in little developments to convince the mind of our people, and some of them they got vote, some of them were voted for, and other people were voted out. Then 2017 it got worse. I think Civic can still recall. So our people eyes were like, no. I think 2005 we gave you people free vote. Just said you're going to do everything for us. That didn't happen. 2011, we saw a little thing from some people and we voted for them. That was not very satisfactory to us. 2017, you will give to us what you think that you will give to us, and some people were able to also manipulate the mind of our people, and they got the vote of our people. 2023, even including the previous government, were also voted out just because of some of these things. So back to you, Cyprian. And so Are we now saying that the eyes of our people are opening? If so, why or how come they are now holding these people accountable even when they gave them positions, but they will wait until time for elections to use Supreme Court?
Maybe you're right, and one would think that by now, judging from all of the elections that you mentioned, by now our voters will be, enlightened as to why they should vote, who they should vote for, and when. But it's also sad that, like Monk said, people will tell you they want to say, how much will you sell a vote? How much will you get by mortgaging your future? This election we're talking about here. Anybody who gets elected is going to be in power for almost 7 years. You know that they were elected for 9 years. Senators are elected for 9 years. Senator Johnson went only 1.5 years in his term. So if you let anybody now, that person is going to go for 7 years, some more months. Imagine 7 years or more months you mortgage it for only $20 or one bag of rice. How much will politicians give you for your vote? Believe me, Mabel. How much are they going to give you? Even if they give you $100 US. For 7 years, that $100 US you'll be depending on, So it also tells you that most of our people are not educated. They don't know the importance of the vote in their hands. They don't know the power that they have. That's why many of them will go to the ballot box only because they see crowd. Today, Honorable Samuel Koga is the man spending the money. He's the government candidate. He's all over the place. Some people only follow you. They don't even know. Many of them will not tell you. They don't even know who Samuel Koga is. They have not researched. And that's why maybe it's incumbent upon us to profile these people, profile them, bring them up to the electorates. That's our job. And we have a tedious work to do. We have limited time to do that. But all of the 8 candidates or 8 aspirants on the vying for this election, we need to profile them one by one. What they've done.
So Cyprian, let me just interject real quick. This is Seiko. So, this is one of the reasons why the politicians are afraid when they hear the name the CMC. Here's why. Most of the people who are discouraged, who are turned off, that say that they don't want to vote, they're not going to vote, those are people who are saying they came, they lied to us, everything that they said they were going to do, they didn't do it. So, yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, so in short, the CMC will make an inroad amongst people who are discouraged, who are disenchanted, who are disenfranchised for all walks of life, whether they are part of any political party or they are part of no political party, as long as they are Liberians. Even people all the people in the middle, CMC is going to make a huge inroad among them, and people who are even part of political parties, but they are disenchanted, they are disenfranchised, and they are discouraged about the way politics has been in Liberia, saying that nothing is in it for me. When those people see, they start to see something happening for them, even before they vote. I think that will encourage them to support. This is why in the next 2 years, the CMC will embark on a lot of developmental agenda, practical, experience. Liberian people will see. They will know what they will get before they even vote. Then after voting, whatever we start, some will be completion, some will be nearing completion. At the end of the day, Liberian people will have something to vote for. That's why when the name CMC comes up, most of those people, politicians, especially the UP, that's why they can be jittering. That's why they are so afraid. They don't want people to talk about development. They are used to getting free vote from the Liberian people. But from what we heard, this could be the case in many parts of Liberia. This is just complete, just one city in Nimba County. If this is something, that means we have more than half or a third of the total vote in the country that are disenfranchised, which is alarming. But I think knowing these things are good for us, we from the CMC, as you know, side, we are going to get Labrampo something to vote for. Say they are tired of voting for nothing, so they don't have no more trust in their politicians and leaders. We're going to restore that confidence and trust so that Labrampo have a reason to vote for something. I just wanted to add that.
Great. Mr. Kenneth, thank God, since you are here, if I want to talk about the CMC, then I have to ask you, or if I want to ask you a few questions, ranging from the awareness. Because if you listen to Stephen Colley, maybe to that video or to that survey that you people talking about, that means photos appetite is something that we should also take into consideration. So are you people doing some awareness from the CMC, informing the people or encouraging them to vote?
Yes, but what happened? We are not talking about voting. We are not telling the people who to vote for. We are not telling the people, but we are doing community engagement. But because we are law-abiding citizens, we believe in the rule of law. We are not engaging in campaigning like Samuel Koga is doing. That's why Honorable Mike Blown and his team, they are reaching out, informing the people in Nimba County, telling them that we're going to reach out to you when the campaign starts. As a matter of fact, we have about anywhere between 5 to 11 pickups that are going to be deployed in Nimba County as soon as the campaign starts. And we have already a plan schedule of touching every single town and villages, 700 and plus will be touched by Mike Loan campaign and the CMC.
Great.
Also,
Yeah, go ahead.
also the political CMC will definitely appear with Mike Loan in most of the areas, especially in areas of challenges, and we'll make sure we do the research areas that Nima people need support, whether it's development, whatever they need. We will make sure we do something there, and we can also promise them if they vote for the CMC, whatever that they have, we'll pay what is rule, constitution, what is helping something the should do that in market.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Kane. Simply while you were away, I was asking Mr. Kane about photos appetite. That's one of the serious things, as media, we from the media, that's what we always do. We give our people all of the benefit of the doubt. So when it comes to photo appetite, Cyprian, are you really observing? Because according to this survey that you people talking about, myself, I'm seriously disappointed, and I don't even know, but are you seeing some of the quote unquote Kennedy supporters, like Mr. Kennedy just talk about engagements and so forth? Are these people giving our people hope, or they are encouraging them to vote? Or if
One
not,
thing I can say for sure, maybe, is that there's going to be very low turnout. There's going to be a low turnout in these by-elections, which is obvious. And like you heard Sekou say, some of the voters, they don't really know why are they even voting. Some are not even aware of why they're voting. That's why it's a very big tax. You need to explain to the people how come this by-election, some people are saying, but we just voted. We just voted last time. Why are we voting again? So you need to explain to them that the by-election is because of the death of Senator Prince Johnson, and it's a law that when an elected official, particularly in the House of Representatives or Senator or Senate, dies, there should be a replacement after 3 months. So that education is not there. Some of the candidates, like I listened to Sekou, and that puts Mark Bliwon in a very better position because his party, his political party, I'm not talking about his individual achievement, right? Talk about individual achievement in terms of infrastructure and so forth. I know he's been there as county inspector, ensuring that most of the projects in this county, undertaken by government were done in the right way. That was his oversight responsibility and so forth. But he has a political party that has a track record of development. There's no way you can go anywhere and say CMC promised that there will be a bridge and they will not do it. That you know. So the people are assured that whatever the CMC says, they will do it. So if Mark goes to campaign and uses the name of the CMC, people will trust him because they trust the CMC. They know that the CMC has the track record of development here in this county. You know, for others, there's nothing there tangible that they're going to present as a guarantee. Because this election, you have to give guarantee to the people. You have to give collateral to our people that this is the collateral. You trust me, and I will not let you down. Some don't have it. You know, some of them really don't have it. I can tell you that for sure. Some don't have it because some of them are independent candidates. They, individually, they've not done anything. They don't have a political party to stand with. So it's going to take a little bit of encouragement, engagement, you know, continuous engagement, educating the people as to why they should vote, why this by-elections, and why they should vote for a specific candidate that's going to bring delivery. No mere promises, oh, I will do this, unless you have the track record, unless you have that guarantee on the table, that only way the people will trust you. But many of the voters are skeptical because truly, most of our politicians during political time, they will make promises that they have no intention to fulfill. So the electors are already aware of that. So it's going to be difficult to trust people just by merely promising them, you know, and that's why even when you talk to people who are supporters of Samuel Koga, if you ask them what has Representative Samuel Koga done that the people of Nimba County can rely on to give him 7 years in the Senate, not many of them will tell you, Mabel, to point out, you know, those tangibles.
All right, Cyprian, thank you. Yeah, Cyprian, thank you. I think we will come up with a specific day for that. But again, today we've been talking about a wide range of issues ranging from the Unity Party partisan protesting at the home of the president and so forth. You just joining us, and you also you've been chipping in. But quickly before we go to the line, Cyprian, we are getting information. In fact, from the ECOWAS delegation, their statements. I don't know how many of you that get that statement, but the statement is not easy. And if you come way down to almost to the end of the statement, you will see that they gave in all of their recommendations to the government and people of Liberia. And they said in this regard to the missions or the mission urges the President Joseph Yimabwakad and his predecessors to work closely together to enhance peace, stability, and development in the country. That one. 2, all stakeholders to respect the impending ruling of the Supreme Court. 3, all stakeholders to develop roadmap to promptly end the impasse in the leadership of the House of Representatives and international stakeholders to support ongoing efforts to find lasting solution to the current political impasse in the country. So that's the latest news coming from the ECOWAS delegation that were here in Liberia. So that now they are not calling for peace and reconciliation among the former and the current president who don't speak to each other or who don't see eye to eye. Will say that for free, and we've been watching that for a very long time. But simply, what's the you with data issue of job, protest, and so forth quickly before we go to the line?
It's serious. Even here in Nimba County, where I say, and that's one of the reasons why the government candidate is going to find it difficult. Because even if you campaign it, what are you going to promise the people? That you give them jobs? When after the general elections in 2023, you know, if you ask Nimbayans whether they're satisfied with job in this government, they will tell you no. Here, what I say, District 7, where I say, most of those who supported the Unity Party today don't have a job. They were not factored in, you know, by the government. And if you ask the ordinary people on the street about the solution to this job business, they will tell you private sector. That the government of the Republic of Liberia can employ, but the government should create the condition for investors to come to the country so that other young people can be able to get a job. Right here in Nimba County, they have this big investment with ArcelorMittal, you know, but you know that it's the expectation of the buyers in having jobs in as ArcelorMittal, you know, it's very low because from judging from the past, foreigners, people from outside of the country, people from outside of the country are the ones who are expatriates, who are making the bucks, who are making the bulk of the money, who have the fat jobs at ArcelorMittal. So if you ask the people here about job, whether they're satisfied, rescue missionaries will tell you no, we're not satisfied. If you open the telephone lines now, even the district are sitting. You remember now this district gave the highest vote to the United Party. But if you look at the sons and daughters that were factored into the government through jobs, very limited, very, very limited. And that's frustrating. So the issue about job is quite across. Recently, President Baka had his cabinet retreat, and he made it known to the people that if we don't give these young people a job, they will be at our doors. They will disturb us. They will disturb our peace. So yes, job is an issue, but the solution I see in finding job is not to employ people in government because no space. The government is bloated. The payroll is bloated. The same thing the United Party people were complaining about. They've done even worse. You know, this supplementary payroll. They can't run away from it. I bet you they can't run away from supplementary payroll. My information is that the wage bill has gone up. You know, far larger than what they inherited. So, yeah, job is an issue, and it has to be addressed because that's why President Bouaka promised our people that he was going to ensure job creation for our people. Many of us, you know, we want fat jobs. We want jobs that can commensurate with our education and qualification, but it's not there. So it's frustrating. And the electors are also going to use this, I'm very sure, when they go to the ballot box. Because voting the government candidate or electing a government candidate is going to send a signal to the government that everything is okay. But rejecting the government candidate will send a strong signal to the government that our people are not happy. You have not done what you promised them, and you need to buckle up. I think that's why this election is very crucial.
Wonderful, Cyprian. Thank you. You know, I just like one of the things that you said, especially coming from our own president. Now, when we don't give the young people a job, they will go to our offices and they will go to our various homes to the step up 0770-203125. That's the number to call or go to the line to interact with our people right here on the SKTV show. This Thursday, you know, yes, indeed, 0770-203125. So this first caller, good evening.
Good evening, Milbo, and let me say good evening to your panelists.
Yes, go ahead quickly.
Yeah, this is David King, and I do join you from my Sktv-Lib resident, respectively. You see, Milbo, today when I saw those guys running around complaining about job, they have forgotten to know that Mr. Bouaka is somebody who don't remember good. And in fact, Mr. Bouaka is even prioritizing his own safety now, even by the fact that he bought two lesser bulletproof Jeep for $1.2 million yesterday. He was taken to a resident. So Mr. Bouaka is thinking about living beyond 2039 and not prioritizing creating job opportunity for the Liberian people that he promised us in the beginning. He said the people should start to count down the date to election because there will be no job on the street selling. Everybody will be in school. Parents will be at work. I mean, there will be a lot of job opportunity for them. Everybody here to work. But on the contrary, and frustratingly for every Liberian that believes in the Bouaka, today we saw a group of them being flogged by the Liberian National Police because Mr. Bouaka got a kind of Ugandan style of leadership now, the Idi Amin style of leadership.
Indeed, thank you so much. Yeah. And also on tomorrow, we'll be looking at the human rights report, the issue of flocking people. So let's call a good evening.
Yeah, good evening, brother. How you coming on?
Well, my dear, okay, thank God for life. Go ahead.
The issue here is every government has this problem. Even the CDC, the people defender went for job to McGill House. They were whipped by the police. So while we...
So you should continue.
Hey, oh man, I'm telling you, there is nothing new under the sun.
So I'm asking, should we still continue? The one I'm asking.
David King after the Sunday school teacher, you never owe him. But one did not go in your way, you can go ahead.
I'm asking you a question, then you run away. I'm asking, should we still continue to talk about David King? Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my name is G. I'm calling from Rototown. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, my dear.
So, I have a great fear of the Unity Party led call. Liberian, why my voice tonight? What I'm coming to say, nobody should overlook it. See the FSO at the Capitol building? Waka is fully aware of that confusion. They're taking Liberia back war. No investor coming. They are telling all now that 2029 election, United Party, if they are defeated, they will not accept the result. And they will take the country back to another round of civil war. Watch out, Liberia. That's the fear of the United Party. I'm saying it and I'm saying it. Tomorrow you will see it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, go ahead. Well, sorry. Keep a call coming 0770-203-125. That's the number for you to call this. Even the people of the SKTV show, we have to ask you when you say something. So I don't know what some of hello, David King.
Yeah, you know, it is quite frustrating.
I know we don't want any kind of Pandora box or something or and put it. I was just asking a question and he decided to go away. Should we still continue? That's the question. Very simple question. Nobody's saying that it didn't happen in 1990. But we're asking you, should we still continue? And you get angry, or maybe you think that somebody, hello, man. Let's see the call. Hello, today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, neighbor.
Yeah, man, dear, go ahead.
Thank you very much. My name is Jerry Wonderman. I'm 4 on the
Mm-hmm.
Let me say thank you to the TFL family and also the Corey, the veteran that we've been listening to for the past time when it comes to the media. Because the people who about Ado have been monitoring for the past years. But you see, the thing that folk can see, that's very little justify. When you wrong, don't come out to justify. So like you saying, what happens is you repeat. These are all fake human beings in this country. That when something happens, they know they don't analyze it, they think upon the stages. They conclude, oh, because happens to wear something out of don't do that, it's wrong. Let me make it move forward.
When you talk, they call you sedition, but some of us we are not even detailed about all these things. I ask a simple question, should we still continue? You are seeing people commenting here and there.
I don't understand. Both parties don't understand. They don't understand. They don't understand things. If you think that man, they go on time from what you say. Thank you for the show, man.
Thank you, man, dear. Let me move straight to Pascal Davis. Pascal, good evening. Hello, Pascal, go ahead. Go ahead, my dear brother.
Thank you so kindly. So, let me just for the record, the human rights report on the Sabaka government has over the last 10 years, they say the only government with the worst and highest human rights violations that ever happened in the country in the last 10 years. And so we just thought to make that clear for the record. So if somebody is ever thinking in a dream that the citizens were raped or they were flogged, I don't know whether he was a part of the team that he alleged that was seen at Senator McGill's home. I don't know when. There's nobody on this record where citizens, were beaten. In fact, even if we're drinking the more according to him, you really stand up for this in 2020. You said we're mistreated, we're badly treated, the country was down the dream, we're in the toilet. It's going to make a worker that will come and see you, and see your family, right? Your family was dying. So, for you to come here and stimulate these things coming from your mouth, I think it's sad on your part. Even your senator just admitted that the husband of Mr. Walker is supporting the government. What more? Some of you don't even have a proper rest to eat. So you come here and say all kinds of fallacy. It's sad. You're not accusing Mabel and QFN of being biased. Yesterday, you were hearing Waterspoon. You were hearing Yaka Color, but you celebrated there. But other people on different platforms here, use them. When you're angry because your government has toileted on itself, they have urinated on themselves, and you don't want us to...
Well, let me see to this caller, Pascal. We can continue with that. Hello, to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening, good evening to everybody on the show this evening.
Yes, go ahead, my dear.
This is the boss of PSI and I joined from Brooklyn to Shufu. Therefore, our brothers were not wrong for asking for a job. Those guys were very correct, and they didn't say government job. Their government promised Liberian that they are going to bring NGO, they are going to open the private sector, they are going to...
That's the point.
So they put a right to go and request that government to give them jobs. Okay, so those who say, the CC government, yes, the CC government, but where is the CC government?
CC out.
According to their report, there are 30,000 persons divided in two groups, and those 30,000 people were told to believe that the CC government did not provide jobs. They did not do the normal job the right way. So how can you set the CC as a more high ground to measure your performance? So if we say CC fail for which the Libremo keep it up, you come to the realization that you didn't find out also fail because you using it as a yardstick to measure your performance. Is that the case? But anyway, that's it for people who believe in rescue and the Pape Omen Kwakai. For some of us, we did not believe it, and we don't believe in it now. We know that he can't solve problems. We know that he has now solved problems. We know that any institution you're in charge with, he has damaged and failed massively. So, therefore, you also say, thank you.
Thank you. 0770203125. Mona, if you get calls or you want to take calls, just let me know so that we can transition to you. Let me see to this line. Hello, to this caller. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Rico.
Yes, quickly, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much for your show. Once again, this is our from here. I joined a discussion for the legal market and legacy of common area. Therefore, you see, so people came to power, it is like they have lost total control of what to do for the Nigerian people. They want to ship unnecessary things in this country. In the past, this old man like Joseph Walker, 22 years experience, came to us and told us about children. The thing you're going through, you go away. Your company, I've come to rescue you and we put our hope in you. Now you came to power, you blind our hope. So that what you have to tell us in this country, and what you have to tell with all the promises you made, and you get contact with Donald Trump, you get contact with other people, somebody will scar, so will not be in the street, will not be in the street, will be all over sector or working with somebody. You see?
Well, no, I said, well, thank you so much. All right, let me see Uncle Brian Tate on the line. Good evening, Uncle.
Yeah, live on and more in the state. Mona and Lawrence.
Look, Uncle, quickly before you go, some kind of songwriter, is that record, right? What is it? Or the songwriter said to work with radio station is not easy.
Yeah, you are a conveyor. Even though you give your analysis and other things, your media is being used to disseminate information. And people, anybody, they let to hide the negative information and positive information to count up. But for you people, the way you put it to the radio, that how it count up, so people hearing it, so they will always get angry with you. So you shouldn't get back. If sometimes that will count, then if you retire, then people honor you. But let me go to the point quickly.
Yes, quickly, Uncle, go ahead.
Mon said something when you were talking about people protested to the president's house. There's a Bible saying, train up a child in a way when you grow, you will not depart from it, right? And when the government came, who protested for it? Ain't that the chairman? after he protesting, he got only plane and left, and when America, when he came back, ain't he the chairman for NPA board today? Like people crying on that NPA. And you ever heard him talk? Cannot say anything. So these are some of the situations, it's good. So that I agree with more in many analysis he made today. The people stay in slavery for long. They always appreciate slavery until they realize that they are in slavery. Because when they are promised anything good, they will go for it. When that comes, another person will promise them again. So let's see as time goes by, You know, democracy is doing it over again, and then you will be perfect inside. Even in the great United States, democracy has not been perfect. But what they do in America is that they look for people who are money boys, who can make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Who people who are well intentioned. See Trump, with all the things he's doing. Right now, when you come to Liberia, you will say, you're giving Kudu Martin, giving Udo Bush, giving. Some will make business, some will develop Liberia. Then you will go protest it. I don't want people to care Udo Bushi. I don't want people to care Kudu Martin because they are our heritage. Our father then died here. Then you die poor. Thank you.
Thank you, Ogu. Look, that's the point right there. So let me just take one or two WhatsApp because the WhatsApp people. That's how what I saying phone and what we're using. That's the point. Yeah, that was some of you the free time. We're not getting all of you from the WhatsApp because we use the same phone. Yeah, you know, to take local calls and at the same time. You know. So that's the point. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So I'll just take one or two WhatsApp calls, then we'll move on. Cross over quick to my team. Then we'll call it a day. Hello, quickly, Sidiwa Jebo.
Yeah, good afternoon, neighbor. Let me do a quick and short calling from Florida, USA. My question go to Brother Seku, because we always know that election after the result, people complain about irregularities. How will CMC protect their vote? Are they sending more people to to the police center to monitor their police center on the result? That's my question to Brother Seku on CMC and monitoring their vote.
All right, thank you. CNC will get more people. You're not worried. Time for campaign. CMC people will be here plenty to even to answer all of your questions and so forth. But we're back. We'll at least let's use the 7 minutes to go. Let me begin with. They say ladies before gentlemen. Yeah, Muna, you listen to your people back home, and I guess you want to respond to some of them and also in passing. Let me see quickly. I think Mr. Kane is calling also. I don't know. But Mr. Kane, yeah, hold on. Oh, but Mr. Kane, after you go to work, you answer all the questions. What? That's good. Go ahead. CMC people active everywhere. I give up. Go ahead, Chief.
TMC is the solution for Liberia, so we got to make sure we answer the people's questions and their concerns.
Okay, so, go ahead.
Yes, we are 100% sure that CMC will have pool washer in all the polling centers across the country. 100% representation. As a matter of fact, some other people reached out to us. They wanted to collaborate with us who can have pool washer training together. But the thing is smart because they don't want to spend the money. They want us to spend the money to train their pool washer for them. We told them no, we're going to train our own pool washers. And CMC will be at every single polling station. If anybody wins, they will win free and fairly.
Okay.
There'll be no cheating. If you try any cheating, we'll expose them.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Khan. Even though you will be here all of the time to answer all of the questions from our people back home about the CMC elections in Nima. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So yeah. So quickly, Muna, go ahead. Then like I said,
I just do all one time, right? I just do one time. Parting comment as well. Okay. They were right. Parting comment as well. Okay, it's about time Librarians should know how to vote, why you are voting, and who to vote for. It's about time. I repeat, it's about time Librarians know how to vote, who to vote, and why are you voting for. Let me say many thanks to our callers, the listeners, our supporters, well-wishers, sympathizers for always being there for SKTV. Do join us tomorrow, same time, same station. Until then, Mona Lagri, I wish you guys a wonderful, wonderful night. Bye-bye.
Yeah, but I can go ahead quickly.
All right. Thanks to the Benny callers. And this too is Liberia. It is time for all Liberians to, stand up for the good of Liberia. because when Liberia gets better, obviously all of us will live a happy life. And the people in Nimba County, it is time to make a decision because you are about to replace, as you call it, the godfather of Nimba County. So you have to open your eyes and vote right there. Okay? I saw something on the social media today concerning Prophet Key. He doesn't have a voter card. He doesn't have a voting right. So how do you expect people to vote for you? But again, this was Nigeria. So
so quickly, but I can say 30 seconds. Cyprian, this is the vehicle I think that some of the callers are talking about that the president.
Okay.
Right,
the bulletproof vehicle that they came in.
Yes.
And then, meanwhile, we still say that the government not get money.
Yeah. Government is not able to pay MCSS All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us say thank you so much. This is Radio Former. We're proud to be in partnership with Sktv Show, and this station is owned and operated by the Rufus and Ruth Tati Foundation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
People call you that government boss.
But again, yes, maybe. But man, thank you for at least showing me the picture of the new car our president is riding. It was a wonderful discussion. We've been having serious network difficulties today. That's why you saw us coming on late. But hopefully tomorrow, by the grace of God, we'll be here as early as 6 o'clock Liberian time. Thanks to all of you, Mom. Thanks to our sister. Thanks to our brothers, for helping to inform Liberians across Liberia and the world about what is unfolding in our country. And we will never be deterred. We will always be steadfast to ensure that we inform our people adequately. Thank you, Mabel.
Thank you, Cyprian. Thank you, Mona. Thank you, Brother Cassidy. And let me say thanks to all of our followers, our viewers, indeed. Thanks to all of you Liberians, especially those of you who call in. Those of you also follow SKTV, and sometimes you just remain quiet and you don't want to call in and so forth. Thanks to all of you. That's a good thing to do. But we're getting this report that this car that we are showing on the platform is the latest car just entered in country. And for a matter of fact, that's the car our president rally 2 days ago. That's the information we're getting. That according to some of the callers also, and they also admitted that indeed that's the latest car. But again, that's good. That's the best thing to do. Let's continue to make these politicians rich and make our country poor. For me, I like that. Let me be frank. Because anywhere you put it, they will say you get that. You get that one, you get that one. But you see where are we today, right? What we are saying here today is that make the country better for all of the citizens. Make the country better for all Liberians. See the kind of vehicle. You could have saw this vehicle yesterday, but today
while the president of Burkina Faso is making headways in Burkina Faso, choosing the buying pickup, our president going for bulletproof. Bulletproof for what?
For who? That's a point. Simple. So who looking for you? Who even thinking about you? That former president we are passing around here. Nobody care about him. You going to support Liberian money that can even build even 5 high schools, hospitals, and so forth. Today have been wasted beyond protecting someone. But again, that's a beauty. Good night to all of you. Thank you.
Maybe as old as the president is, I don't know why is he afraid. I think he needed to be afraid.
Look, my man, enjoy life, president. My man,
leadership deficit and Liberian got to fight high. Indeed, thanks to all of you who got to go home, but this is indeed frustrating, and that's the country we live in. That's the kind of people we have. Politicians will always lie to you, and that's what you like. Some of you like the politicians. But good night. We'll catch you when we catch you. That will be on tomorrow by the grace of the Almighty God. Indeed, good night.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who wait to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the promise of them. The welcome of life we have here.
a lyrical healthy.
Master.
Play body so make you I can't Sktv benyo. Say my Jenny, Tina get I say my jamo. And you no money, the more I get you. And you love me, the more I get you.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive all of our and grandmaster.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get now ya to money. That's the TV, and I don't get it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive all of our and grandmaster.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out part of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.